It really shines doing that. It uses YAML as an idiom to express things, which is really cool because YAML is human readable. Free and open source, easy to learn, and comes with lots of out-of-the-box modules to automate all the various IT tasks. As expected, Ansible comes with OpenStack modules, a wide variety. These modules allows you to create all the common resources that you would expect in any OpenStack cloud, like projects, domains, volumes, servers, neutral networks, all this stuff. They leverage the OS client config tool to define your clouds, how you connect to your clouds, your credentials, versions of the endpoints, that kind of thing. And this is an example on how you would create an OpenStack server with Ansible. It seems pretty straightforward, so you just use the OS_server module. In this case, what this example says is that it's going to create a server called Nagios in a Cloud.da cloud, which is defined previously on your OSCC clouds.yaml. With a Ubuntu trusty image, with a bootstrap key baked in, m1.small flavor, and it will be connected to the testnet network. So problems of this playbook approach with just using the plain OpenStack modules is that they can quickly become unwieldy as soon as you have mid or large setups with a lot of resources. If you saw the previous example, so if you had, for example, like 100 servers, you would have 100 blocks of OS server repeating it again, what cloud you want it to be, and all the attributes. Also, if we manage multiple clouds with similar resources, we end up with multiple playbooks for each one of the clouds that we manage, repeating the same Ansible code. You can think of it that maybe we standardize the control plane of servers that we have in our clouds. So we would have the same control plane Ansible code repeated all on and on each one of the playbooks. And also, you need to keep an order on the resources creation. This is something that is about Ansible itself. Ansible uses a top-down approach, which is it will follow the order that you put in your playbook, and it's going to just one by one execute that. So requirements to better provision multiple clouds. So it would be good if we had a way to decouple the configuration from the code. So I have my clouds layout, so my servers, my networks, my keepers, and then I have separately my Ansible code that is going to provision that. It would be good to decouple that. It would be good to also be able to define the cloud's resource in a declarative way. I shouldn't have to care about the ordering because often, the order is really implicit. So, for example, in a Keystone project, you create first a Keystone domain because a project is tied to a domain. The same way that you create first a network before a server because the server is going to be tied to that network. We should be able to define also as many resources as we want on as many clouds as we like. And be able to reuse common resources on the various clouds that we manage without repeating ourselves. This is why I wrote this role that tries to address those requirements. So it's the Ansible OpenStack Cloud Launcher, the ACL abbreviation. So it consumes a resources YAML file that declares your OpenStack resources, so your servers, your networks, your volumes, keepers, domains, all the various objects that we are all used to. The role expects these resources YAML file to follow a super minimal DSL that we go into detail in the next slide. The order of resources that you define in this file is not important. The role is going to do the implicit ordering for you, so you don't have to care whether you are defining first a project or there another domain or a volume first and then a server, so on and so forth. It accepts profiles of resources to reuse common resources in multiple clouds, so it allows reusability. And of course, you can also define cloud-specific resources. So this is an example on how resources.yaml would look like. So as you can see, we have two different sections. So we have the profile section where we define our resources. So we have a profile named Bootstrap Keeper, which has only one resource that is a keeper. And the monitoring profile has a server resource that is just a Nagios server. At the bottom, we have the cloud section where we define our clouds. And then on each cloud, we define whether it reuse a profile or we want to have a specific per cloud resource on that cloud. So in this example, the Awesome Cloud would have the resources defined in the profiles Bootstrap Keeper and monitoring, whereas the Yay Cloud would have per specific cloud resource log server. This is how you would use the role. You would create your own resources.yaml file, as shown earlier in the previous slide. You create that super minimal playbook that just calls the role, and then you run Ansible playbook with the playbook name, and you just fit the resources.yaml file as an environment file. And after that, you're going to have all that you define in your resources.yaml for all your clouds. You are able to reuse your code. You separate that code from configuration, and it becomes much more cleaner to rather just use a plain playbook approach. And that was it. You can find here the role. I also posted a blog post about that on my blog. You have here my details. I'm mostly in OpenStack Infra channel if you want to find me out. I'm also on Twitter. And that was it. Hope you enjoyed it.